Welcome to Fargo Talks Fargo, an unofficial podcast on the FX television series called Fargo. And we're from Fargo, and we're going to talk about Fargo and all sorts of stuff like that, because that's what Fargo Talks Fargo does.
People from Fargo talking about Fargo.
People from Fargo talking about Fargo. Whoa. Yeah, that's it. That's our new theme song. We're going to have to tell my buddy Nick that we no longer require the use of his music royalty-free.
It's true. I think we can do everything from now on.
Yeah, I think the people like it. It's pretty jazzy.
I think we should write the show.
Oh, yeah. We could get a pretty serious collab going.
Yeah. We could, we'd really have some ins and outs in Fargo. We could talk about, like, Perkins, Taco Bell.
I've really grown, and this isn't a joke, man. The Village Inn has grown on me, man. I don't Perkins anymore.
The Village, what is it? The Village, like VII.
Just Village, the VI.
The VI.
Yeah. They do have a VIB special, which is a very important breakfast. You joke, but
what is included in the Village Inn VIB special?
Well, that's up to you. You can build your own VIB.
What?
Yeah. I don't mess around with this stuff, man. It's for real.
Do you walk into a Village Inn with, like, a lanyard around your neck, like, got the VIB pass, got the VIP, and then you get to go backstage into where the line cooks are and
yeah, big time.
Formulate your own breakfast. What would be in your VIB special?
Well, you can, to build your own VIB breakfast, you can choose from 4 different INN, incredible items with over 30 options. I just Googled this because I brought it up. You can get, 2 eggs, 2 scrambled whites, cheese omelet, low cholesterol egg substitute, bacon, sausage.
I don't care what you can get. I want to know what Bill gets.
Oh, I'd say on a good old average day, I'd do 2 scrambled eggs.
Scrambled?
Scrambled. Stick with scrambled, man. I ain't going to let some dude in the back try to get my egg perfected, man. Everyone can make scramble. I'd probably do that.
Yeah, but these are like the best egg makers on the planet. Guys that work, not just guys and girls and gals and dudes and bros that work at breakfast. That work at breakfast places are the best fucking egg cookers on the planet. They've been doing this day in and day out. Egg after egg after egg. They cook 1,000 eggs a day. You don't trust a person that cooks 1,000 eggs a day to get your eggs right?
Not this place. Not this place. Okay, here's the deal. Either way, 2 eggs, bacon, hash browns, and most days, go for the 2 buttermilk pancakes. I'd say that's a breakfast haul.
Okay. 2 eggs scrambled, bacon, hash browns?
Bacon, hash browns, and 2 buttermilk pancakes.
And pancakes.
Yeah.
No toast?
You know what? I mean, I like the option to eat more than I need to, and then if you don't need to, you just leave some pancake behind. No big deal.
Okay, so
we're not even.
I'm interested here. When you eat your eggs, are they on the same plate as your pancakes?
No, they come separately.
Okay, but do you keep them separate? You keep your eggs. You keep them segregated.
I keep them aggregated.
And do you use maple syrup?
Well, I'd use real maple syrup if they had it, but, it's really just flavored corn syrup.
Do you put butter on your pancakes?
I usually don't. I set the butter aside.
Man, you are terrible at breakfast.
I love you too, Charpie. So, speaking of breakfast...
What about that show on FX?
You think the world is something. I was kidding. That's the headline on the New York Times thing.
Hey, with all the romance of 2 lumberjacks chopping wood.
Oh my God, thank God for KY, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a doozy, a real deal.
Yeah, give me some thoughts. Give me some action on that.
Well, I'm full on impressed with the narwhal strategy. I totally forgot that the Fargo Corporation's name was Narwhal.
Narwhal.
Completely forgot from like season or episode 1.
Yeah, well.
Do you think there's anything behind that?
I feel like I need to know more about narwhals now, outside of it being one of my favorite parts of the movie Elf with Will Ferrell when he's like, "Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad." he's like, bye, narwhal.
Did you know the narwhal? So the narwhal's like a whale with like a big ass horn on it, right?
Yeah. It's like the unicorn of the sea, isn't it?
Right.
Except that it's real.
Can there be a unicorn of the sea when there's no actual unicorn? Do you think the narwhal's sitting there like, hey, fuck you, man? I'm the unicorn of reality.
Yeah, I'm the real deal. I will cede that point to you. But okay, I'm just kidding. Hey, we should at least say Aporia. That's actually the show title.
Okay.
I was trying to look the show title up, and I can't count on fake news New York Times to give me the real show title. They got to title their own, their own discussion of it with another title. But
Aporia, fake news media, man.
Aporia, though, Aporia is a Greek word meaning impasse.
Okay. Well, a narwhal's horn, unicorn, corn, maybe you would say. Is it a corn then? If it's a unicorn, would you call that a corn? Seems kind of gross.
Mm.
The horn is actually a tooth. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's a mammal. It's not actually a secret. Well, it's a secret. Well, okay, fine.
Well,
it's a mammal. Saying. It's a whale.
I mean, I'm just saying that the horn is a tooth.
Yeah.
And we got VM Fargo here with pretty nasty teeth.
Well, he has that pick. I always think that pick thing he's always picking his teeth with kind of feels like the narwhal.
I like that idea.
I still don't like that we don't know who runs narwhal. Clicks and buzzes, that's all.
I think Nikki Swango is kind of getting to it.
Did you say kitten?
Kitten to it.
Oh, God.
She's kitten down to business.
Kitten. You got it. You've cat to be kitten me meow.
She's not pussyfooting around.
Oh, hell no. So let's talk. Let's do this.
Okay, we'll finally get into this.
Let's get to the meatiness. Well, we're in it. It's real. This is what they've come to expect, this kind of high quality entertainment from us 7 minutes
Welcome to the hot dish.
Yes, it is. So there was some serious satisfaction in a whole bunch of stuff. But boy, I really felt, if I'm going for like, give me your high points, the line of the show for me was 30 years I've been killing him. That's just when he fell.
Yeah.
That was, that kind of hurt a little. I felt that.
It did kind of hurt. We found out a lot about that little backstory between the two. And I think you nailed it with the 30 years he's been killing him, because even before that, Emmett said about Ray that he's not saying it wasn't murder. And it wasn't. It really wasn't murder, but
it's more manslaughter.
It was manslaughter, but Emmett really feels like he has killed him, and he has been killing him for 30 years. Even if it didn't happen to be like purposeful in the way that Ray died, Emmett still is taking like the full-on blame for it because of what's accumulated over the last 30 years. And we found out, it wasn't Emmett trying to outsmart his brother by inheriting the stamps over the Corvette. He was trying to do his brother a solid because he was a pudgy kid that didn't get any ladies, and he's 15 years old, and he's kind of a nerd and a dork and didn't get a lot of attention, and he thought maybe the Corvette would be good for him because Emmett's probably like the good-looking brother, and he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, because you said he was kind of chubby. I'm not sure if he was trying to do him a favor. I'll come back to that on my second watch on the full breakdown. But I did like the fact that he called it catnip for kitty cats, and there he goes. He ends up, they swap. The car would get him laid, and bango, he gets Nikki Swango.
Mm-hmm. Bango Swango.
Yeah, I literally wrote, "I love you, Nikki Swango." And this when she chucked that grenade, and I saw her through that window, I was like,
God.
It's like, I love you, Nikki Swango. I got all sorts of dreams coming true in this episode.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Just the fact that they steal a briefcase, and eventually there's another briefcase that shows up, and she asks if it's full of underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Very, 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 whatever. But Big Lebowski. But I love that he tried to basically pull a Thomas Crown affair.
Oh yeah, what?
I also love that Wrench, stifled that.
Mm-hmm. When they're sitting in this building, and we're talking about the scene where Nikki and Fargo are chatting, right? They're kind of like face to face, mano y mano.
Mm-hmm.
One thinks they've got the other thinks they've got the one. And I noticed right away that there was a couple dudes in trench coats, and I was like, that seems like weird. I didn't know if that was just trying to. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was off, but when it came back into the story, the fact that they're doing the whole Thomas Crown Affair thing, and all these dudes are wearing trench coats, and they're all talking to women with brown hair and bangs. That was well played. I think the entire episode showed the capabilities of the Narwhal / Varga Corporation, and it was fun to watch more than just the three dudes that we've been watching pretty much the entire time.
Yeah.
Four if you include Road Trip Guy.
Rest in peace.
So
DJ.
they've got their fingers in a lot of avenues. This corporation, they can ramp things up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, like even there's so here's the thing though that I'm going to come back to just the whole season. It's all mistaken identity again.
Mm-hmm.
There's Stussy's being killed as mistake, even it's a setup's mistaken identities. Did you notice that even the guy that was in the Cadillac, he was like, what did I write? I was like, he's like Fat Mimo.
Yeah.
Last year we got Fat Damon, and this year we got Fat Mimo in the red jacket, and he's like, yeah, it's about time. But so I think it's all about we're still playing this game of mistaken identities, learning to live with truths are lies, or deciding to have. Just, yeah, I don't even want to get into the Moe Dammik conversation. Let's save that for next week, because, God, I don't know why, but he needs to die somehow.
Do you think we'll get that payoff? I wonder if we will.
Jesus, if they don't, I don't want him to be, like, murdered. I want him to do, like, some sort of, like, strange and tragic, like, steps off a curb, gets hit by a zamboni. Or
that would be great if there was just a zamboni driving down an actual street.
yeah. So
the guy is even more hateable when he strolls in with like a vest on, like he's coming in from battle or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bulletproof vest. Like he's got his Kevlar on. He's all broing out in front of this woman, trying to be like some sort of impressive dude, and you just want to poke his eyes out with already used VM Fargo toothpick.
And I just love that it was just like total bro time at the station. Like everybody's high-fiving him. Like it was 30-minute. What was it?
Yeah.
It was a 30-minute manhunt. I solved it. Oh, what a bunch of horse shit.
Even when the camera's coming from behind Moe Dammik, dudes are like coming in and patting him on the shoulder and just like totally disrupting the shot. It's not even a pleasant like camera shot. It's disturbing to the viewer as it is. And that was a great choice, I think, because it's it's interrupting Gloria, but we're seeing the opposite of her perspective, and we're just like uncomfortable as these dudes just keep like jutting into the frame and uncomfortably like hitting him on the shoulder.
It's cinematic mansplaining.
It's mansplaining. Not to be confused with manspreading.
No, completely different deal. I don't know. I feel like that my high point still, just if we're gonna keep this one simple, just because there's so many things that are gonna like I'm gonna do my highs. So the part about they've been killing him for 30 years, he just fell crazy. What's her the widow? She looked like badass.
Yeah, what is going on there?
Because I think there's more story to her, and this makes me hope that maybe somewhere in this, even though they haven't admitted they're doing anything, boy, I hope maybe they. I would watch a season with a woman as a. Let me rephrase. I would love to watch a season with a woman as a villain of Fargo.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like I know last season we had a mob boss, but I just mean like she just looks like she could own whatever it is they throw at her. So, and I like that we somehow, in a weird way, I felt like there was a certain amount of humanity in this show this week between Emmett and his problems, and then we kind of open with some of that humanity somewhere in the first half and in the last half with Gloria and Winnie at the bar when she just says, stand up.
Better get to the ladies and clean yourself up.
Oh, yeah.
You've got some drinking to do.
Yeah.
And I can't have people thinking I forced ya.
Wow. You wrote that one down, didn't you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I liked it.
I did. I just liked it. I literally just wrote humanity, and I love how Midwestern it was. Like super Midwestern, though, dude, where you like hug somebody in public, and then your only response is, okay.
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 And then you say goodbye for 10 more minutes.
Yeah. It's not like it's a bad okay, not like a okay. That's the way people would do that. You'd be like, okay, all right. And then she can help. Turns out Winnie can help. And she gets to use the sink, turn on the water, and the soap. The whole works,
Do you think that hug turned on Gloria's ability to be seen?
I think it was just a boy standing in front of a girl asking. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Love Actually. No, I do. I think I at least I feel like right now, and I might feel different later. I think the minute Winnie poked her, like when she just went boop, when she's like, I don't actually exist. I think it's interesting that that she has so many ways she feels invisible, but until she just actually vocalizes it, and you find out that you need, because I feel like it's you need people, you really do. And until that happened, she was invisible because she had no. I mean, she was a caretaker. She's the robot.
Mm-hmm.
But she had to. I don't know. Who knows? What do I know?
Secretly hoping that Gloria and Winnie get together.
No, I'm not.
I am.
No. You want that?
I want that.
That would be so. No, do you know why? Because Gloria couldn't do that because she knows how bad that hurt when her husband did that to her. So she'd never do that to Winnie's husband, especially when they're trying to get pregnant and all. Even though she doesn't want to look into that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
She's got too much. I was trying to figure out, hey, how do you make a Moscow Mule and make it ornery? Like, was she just asking the bartender to be sassy about making it, or is there something you do to a Moscow Mule to make it ornery?
I mean, I don't know. Do you add more?
Do you put a pepper in it?
Do you put fresh ginger in there? That would be good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, more vodka just seems kind of obvious and lame. Then you just say like a double.
Yeah, I Googled it. There's nothing I can see.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it tonight.
You're going to go to a bar and ask somebody to make you an ornery. I thought it was interesting, though. There was like, were they trying to represent something? All the bottles on the left side of the bar were like either clear or pink.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of Smirnoff.
It was De Kuyper. I'm just kidding. They were about to do some Chuck Norris shots.
Hey, narwhals hang around Russia. Isn't that true?
That is true. Well, they're a northern creature, which Russia has a whole bunch of that.
Which we are.
No, I just think, and I think we need to think about this, and so should the listeners. I want to know why the Widow Goldfarb is being, she's being aloof. And she talks about Buck Olander introducing them and calling it a business dinner. And she's from St. Louis. Mm-hmm. And she looked badass.
STL.
She looked mob bossy. I wouldn't mess with her. So, I don't know. You got anything else? I feel there was some really greatly satisfying moments in this. In a very different way. It was the other side of the coin for me from last week.
Definitely. Last week we had a really big sort of crescendo.
Yes.
And now we're just like all the strings and the band and the horns, everything's going at the same time. It's just like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, and I don't know how, and I know I've talked about it almost every season that I don't think Noah Hawley feels the need to tie every loose end up, but boy, there's quite a few here.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot going on for one episode left, but I also think we say that freaking every year.
Yeah, well, just remember, Jesus wins in the end.
Jesus saves. That's it.
Right? Was that Winnie that said that? Yeah. She says Jesus wins in the end.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm just speculation that we can talk about next week, too, is, LaRue Dollard. I bet you those books in that drive came from Nikki. Because I want to hurt you. That felt good to hear her say that.
Do you think that happened before or after an exchange of monies, or do you think that was happening regardless?
I think her whole deal about talking about, he saying that, you don't know what's going on. You're not keeping your eye on all the things on the table and what's not on the table,
Mm-hmm.
Because she said you got caught, or whatever it was. She said something about him getting cocky and forgot to count all the pieces on the board. And I feel the easy sell for that is that Wrench is somewhere else. I think the other side of that coin is that she's playing a bunch of angles because actually I don't think she actually cares about the money. She'll take it if she gets it, but she wants to bury him.
Mm-hmm.
So
in her litter box.
She wants to see Willie Loman go down. And I also want to say that in case I forget to bring it back up, we kind of talked about Ray and Nikki being kind of simpler people in some ways, but I think I've brought it up before that I think she's a smarter cookie than we thought, not just at Bridge. Making references to Death of a Salesman and Willie Loman isn't something that, it's not like she just picked that up while she's been in hiding.
Yeah, that's right. It's sort of like when we heard a little bit more of her past criminal record.
Mm-hmm.
She's not just a small-time crook. She comes off as it. Don't let that Fargo accent fool you, kids. She's got something going on there.
So all I'm going to say is I can't wait to do the full breakdown. I can't wait to rewatch this one and just do a little bit more digestion of the content. And I also just really, 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 in episode 10, I want Moe Dammik to die in a strange zamboni accident. And I don't want it to be like tragically sad where people are like bummed. I want people to be like, oh, God, that prick.
I want him to choke on a breakfast hot dish so that everybody, every time that gets brought up, people are like, what's a breakfast hot dish?
Oh, yeah, it's
your tater tots and your eggs and your bacon.
Yeah, got all that stuff.
And your cream of mushroom.
Yeah.
People are like, what? That's not a thing.
It is a thing. So, well, I think until next time, we'll just let those people think about that and we'll let them enjoy the rest of their hot dish now.
Yeah, send us in your predictions, and we'll get the full rundown here coming up.
Yeah, send us a note at podcast@fargotalksfargo.com, eh?
Yeah, you can help.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye now.